right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you. Welcome to the channel, guys. Hope you're well. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. Guys, I'm an Elliott Wave guy. I don't know if you know what Elliott Wave theory is. If you're brand new to Elliott Wave, it's some guy named Elliott back in, his last name was Elliott, back in the early 1900s, saw patterns of 5s and 3s in the market and developed observations of those wave patterns. We put those together to see if we can identify which way the market might be going and identify the predictability of what may be happening in the market based on human psychology and now, in modern times, market making functions and how they manipulate the market. So with that said, that's who I am, and we're going to be here looking at the wave structures in front of us and applying Elliott Wave theory to the market to try to understand what's going on. So that's what we're doing here, and that's what I do on my channel. So welcome. If you don't have an Elliott Wave guy in your world, you need to, really, because there's not many of good ones out there. And you got a good one here, guys, because I'm pretty balanced. I'm not a moon boy. I'm not a bear boy. I'm I'm a real boy. All right. So with that said, welcome to the channel. Let's jump into the analysis here, and let's look at the market. We're going to look at Bitcoin. Now, here's the other thing we do on Sunday Night Charts. We look not only at Bitcoin, though we will look heavily at Bitcoin, but we're going to look at XRP and Ethereum, do some what I call congruent analysis or some comparison analysis, where we're just going to see correlations between the markets and get an overall sense for where the market might be heading this week and in the weeks to come. We'll look at high time frame as well as the low time frame. So hang in there for all of it. We're also going to look at silver and gold and see where those things are going. Guys, I am a major moon boy for silver and gold. I do believe that if you don't get in on this, the pump that's coming, you're going to, number one, lose the money that you have, because I think the dollar is dying. It's going away. And you're going to lose the money in your bank when the banks fail. I do believe that's coming, and they are going to take us to a digital society. They're already setting it up. All the pieces are being put into place. All we need is the next black swan and the next event, major event that's going to bring worldwide calamity. Could be war, could be any number of things coming together, but there's going to be a worldwide calamity that's going to bring really difficult hardships to people all over the world, in America as well as wherever you live. There's going to be financial difficulties. And when that happens, the people of the world are going to be crying to their governments for a solution. And that's when the government's going to walk in and say, oh, yeah, we got the solution. We're going to get this economy rolling. Just go to crypto.gov, set up your digital wallet with your digital ID. We're going to, once you do that, you can then transfer all your fiat dollars from your bank, and we're going to give you digital dollars based on the U.S. Digital U.S. dollar. We're going to give you some, maybe two to one, whatever you turn in, we'll double it. And so we can get this economy moving real fast. I don't know, stuff like that. And you got 3 to 6 months to spend it, or you lose it. And so everybody starts spending it, and the government is, coming in with the solution. And before you know it, we got digital IDs, we got digital currency. Your fiat dollar is gone. Your money in the bank has been taken from you. And then all of a sudden, there you go. Now, whether they double it or not, I don't know. It's just a thing I'm saying. The point is that there's a calamity coming, and they're taking us to digital. Is it going to be Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin the crypto of the future? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, is it going to be part of the system? Yeah, it could be the digital gold of the system. It might be the ultimate foundation of the entire digital system, though I don't think so. I think gold is, personally, I think gold is going to be the foundation. Gold-backed digital assets, gold-backed stable coins. So gold is actually going to remain the reserve currency, or the reserve, the foundational money. Again, I don't demand in my mind that Bitcoin go to $1 million, though I see it very well could. But we're just going to talk about these in just very, very, very honest terms. We're going to look at the waves, and we're just trying to understand this economy that we're in, and the global economic, global economic situation that we find ourselves, and what the geopolitical situation is, and how all that has an effect on the financial system that we are part of. So that's what you're going to get on Jim of All Trades. So you're going to get some conspiracy theory as well as some reality, and just an honest look at the charts tonight. So with that said, let's jump into Sunday night charts. I hope you guys are well. Let me say hi to everybody. Said hi to me. And Keith is always my number one guy waiting for me, running on his treadmill somewhere on the East Coast. I forget where you are, man. Are you over in Boston or Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania? In that direction? I can't remember where you are, man. Ohio? I don't remember. I forget. I should know this. But anyway, what's up, man? Good to see you. Glad you're here as always. Julian, what's up? It's not Julia, it's Julian. And what's up? Brand new to the Discord for joined this week. So glad you're here, man. So glad you're here. Welcome to Sunday Night Charts. And let's see, who else is here? We got Alex, a faithful member of the Discord as well. So glad you're here. You add so much to our community. So glad you are a part of it. You're one of the most positive and kind people I know. So keep it up, man. Keep it up. Eddie Bo, what's up, buddy? And there's Ricky Spanish, my brother from another mother. How you doing, man? Hope you're trading well. Hope you're doing well. Make sure you check out Ricky Spanish's YouTube channel. Give him some subs. That guy's my friend, and got a good YouTube channel, and he's got some more. He's got some more stuff that I don't have. So go check him out. So yeah, what's up, Mr. Furry Cat? How you doing? Glad you're here. Let's see, more money. What's your take on EU? I'll look at. You want me to look at your USD for you? I'll be glad to. What's up, Nani B? Nani B, hello. How are you? All right. Well, I think I said hi. I went down the list, said hi to everybody that said hi to me. Oh, okay. Ricky. So you know Ricky. Gotcha. Is he part of your group that you're part of, in the small group of traders? Is that the group you were talking about? Then Ricky's a great dude. So, yeah. But he's not making ribs anymore. What's up with that, man? I was looking forward to making a trip to Atlanta one day and having some of your famous ribs. And you just don't have them anymore. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll take a look at your USD for you. More money? Definitely. I taught Ricky everything I know, and then he's taken it to his level. So Ricky's an awesome dude. So yeah, you're in good hands with Mr. Ricky. Post show. All right, here we go. Let's jump in to the analysis here. All right, we're going to start on the daily and work our way down. Okay, so actually we'll start on the monthly here. So here's my basic. No, I don't want any more war, man. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Mr. Furry Cat. I'm so sorry. You're in Iran? Is that what you just said? You're in Iran? That's crazy. Looking at Bitcoin, I'll get back with you, Mr. Furry. Stay safe, man. I'm sorry. I pray things go well. I'm tired of senseless wars. I tell you what, I'm just tired of it. It makes me so mad. And now I know somebody in the world being affected by it. It's one thing just to kind of think about a war somewhere else, but when it's on your soil and it's in your town, it's just scary as crap. So I feel you, man. I feel that. I don't understand it. I wouldn't begin to understand what you might be going through, but just hang in there, man. All right, so in my opinion, this is wave one of Bitcoin. I think I see 5 waves. We're calling that a leading diag. Okay, we're calling that a leading expanding diagonal. Okay, so there it is, right there. We got 5 waves, Now I believe that more than likely this wave is about finished. It's forming a bottoming formation. Okay, that I think we're gonna tag the bottom one more time, maybe even take that bottom out locally. But let me just say it really clearly so everybody knows I am bullish in this zone for Bitcoin. However, we could stay in this zone for the next 2 to 3 months. It may not be that long, but we could stay in this range, in this zone for the next 2, 3, 4 months. It could be that long. Though I am bullish and we're in the zone where you should be looking for longs. Okay? In my opinion, you should be looking for a long. Now, that doesn't mean long to 180K or even back to hit the top. I don't think so. When I say looking for a long, you got to understand what I mean. What I mean by a long is we are now ready for some green candles on the monthly. Okay, this is going to begin. You see this as an indecision candle, an inverted hammer at the moment. And I think more than likely the month of March, this is going to probably turn into a doji or a shooting star of some kind, where we come and take the low 56K range, maybe. The last monthly close, we got a major monthly level right here at 58,840. Okay, roughly, if my numbers 58.8, somewhere around there. Okay, that's a huge monthly close right there. Okay, another one in the same range there is about 60K. So we got monthly closes in, right here at 60 and 58K. So this range right here to hit this zone again, no problem. Okay, and that's a big deal. All right. So yeah, we're in the zone for bouncing, but that doesn't mean, let me just clarify this. That doesn't mean we can't spend the next 2 to 3 months with some green and indecision candles. Okay. Candles that look, let me give you a concept here of what I mean. You see these candles right here? This is the monthly chart. That means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, 7 months right here at the bottom of that wave where we just played around for 7 months in this range. Okay. So I'm not saying we're just ready to go up in one monthly candle. This month of March is getting ready. No, I'm telling you that we are currently in the price range where you should be looking for a long for price to rebound. I would say 50 to 60% of this previous wave. So we pull the fibs on this previous wave. You should be looking for a long. Let's just say conservatively, you should expect a retrace to $92,000. That Bitcoin from 60 to 90 is a pretty good bet. Okay. And I think it's and that would be an area I'd be thinking, yeah, right when price gets there, I'm no longer as bullish anymore, but I would be open to the possibility that we could get up to the $100,000 range. Okay. And possibly if it's a deep retrace of this wave to get back up to 110, these different Fibonacci levels. Okay. So in other words, this wave B that I've got drawn here, it's going to take a complex shape, and it's not going to go straight up in one candle or two. It's going to be over the next year to 3 years that this B wave is probably going to take place, more than likely. And these are the target zones I would expect this B wave to come. So I would be looking to buy and hold for the next year or so, and taking profits systematically somewhere at each fib level as we reach those areas. Because I would expect, if the wave structure looks three-wave-ish in some fashion. Now, that's a basic, simple shape that I just drew there. There are a million different shapes that three-wave shape can take, okay? Understand that. But if we see a three-wave rally on the month, we're looking for more lows, and I really like the $40,000 to $30,000 range to find some kind of potential bottom. with potential wicking down to 20K again. Okay. But I'd really like to see this trend line, this diagonal trend line get taken out, boom, and then hit back V-shaped back up so that we don't spend, if we go down to 20K, and guys, this is 4, 5, 6 years from now, okay? Got to understand where I'm coming from. If we go down to these levels for the final move down the way, towards the end of the decade, all right, we don't spend much time down here. We see an automatic buyback, and then price consolidates above a wicked monthly candle. So that's my long-term viewpoint of Bitcoin. That's what I see the wave shapes saying to me. That doesn't mean this B wave, here's the deal, here's something interesting. That doesn't mean this B wave can't take this top out right here. This B wave can certainly take that top and go even higher. I'm talking 138K to 162 and still be bearish to come back down to 50 to even 20 if it wants to. That right there would be what we call an expanded flat. But that's what I'm saying here, guys. We're in a three-wave correction here that is going to be over the next 5 years or something, okay? So this is what we're looking at. I can't begin to tell you what's going to take place, but I can only talk about probabilities and possibilities, and that's why I do the Sunday night charts every week. We track the wave as it's created so that as this thing is created, we can kind of keep track of it, get a sense for where it's been and where it's going, what the possibilities are, and how to trade it. Now, you got to understand, I'm a day trader, so I don't hold Bitcoin positions for really long time periods. In fact, I'm in and out of positions every day. Why? Because I know that price goes up and it goes down in waves. And so I don't want to be tied to any one position. I would just go with the flow, with the current of Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is the current. That's where you need to be looking for your bias to what direction you're trading. Okay? Because that's where the big boys trade. Now, it doesn't mean I take trades on the 4-hour chart. Guys, I take trades on the 15-second chart. You got to understand the kind of trader you're dealing with. So I trade on the very small time frame, but my analysis begins with this overarching principle of where we are in the wave system, okay? And then understanding the smaller time frame within the context of this higher time frame analysis. So that's why every Sunday night charts, I pull back and start on the monthly and say, okay, this is what I'm expecting. This is my framework. This is my basic understanding of what's going on in the charts. And then we're going to move our way down to weekly and daily analysis of the wave structure, try to understand what are the different what is this wave structure that I'm looking at? How do we define it? And depending on what that wave structure is, it really tells me what this wave structure needs to be or what we start watching for. Because if certain things begin happening, it kind of tells me when and how to expect the third wave to the downside. And we're tracking it. And that's what I do. And I do it every day. So if you're not part of my Discord, I'd invite you in. If you're a day trader, I offer a morning evaluation of the market and show you what the wave structure seems to be pointing to. Sometimes it's real clear and sometimes it's hazy. And I'll tell you when it's clear and hazy. And this past week, I was pretty clear with the structure I saw. And I said, it looks down to me. And we got the downward dump. Of course, last week, my chart, even though we were getting a pump coming into Sunday night charts, I was very clear on the chart saying this looks like a dump and a pump. And we're still in the middle of last week's title dump. So now we got part 2 of this week's title of the video is more dump, right? Because I don't think the dump is finished. And I think it's likely, even though I don't know how and when, exactly it's going to dump or get to where it's going. It could go straight or it might pump a little bit up, to 60 to 7 back to 70K again. We'll talk about those different ideas in just a little bit on the smaller time frame. But my point is I see the low being retested or re-hit in some way, shape, or form before we start getting the pump that I foresee coming. But let me be clear and plain, I am bullish at this zone. Very, very bullish. And I expect that prices will be going up to a very conservative call of 92K, but 100K to 110K are also up there in the probabilities. I would say you've got almost 100%, if anything can be 100%, probability that 92K is going to get hit in somewhere in the future. Okay. Now, as you go up to the fibs, I think it's a good 80 to 90% chance that we're going to hit 100K again. I really think that. And I think it's probably a 50 to 70% chance we're going to get back up to the 786, closer to 117 to 120. Okay. Whether we hit this top or not, I don't know. And that's a less likelier scenario, but the higher it is, the less likely it is for it to go there before lower targets are hit. What's my probability of 40K getting hit again? I would say if right now, based on the wave structure, I'm about 60 to 70% sure we're going to hit 40,000 in the coming 5 years. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I feel right now. And I'll let you know if my mind changes. So we analyze the wave structure as it's created, and I'll let you know if my mind changes. But right now, this is my basic shape, and I'm expecting, I think 40K is a pretty good probability we're going to go there again. All right? So we'll see. We'll see. But for that said, this zone is, for me, a buy zone for Bitcoin. Now, that's under the assumption, and let's just qualify this just a little bit. That's under the assumption Bitcoin as we Okay, what was the last sentence you heard? My hand accidentally hit my my mic, my off button. So I'm talking with my hands. So what was the last sentence you heard? Okay, high probability we're going to hit 40K, and I'll let you know if that changes. Okay. But that said, I want to qualify what I was saying. I want to qualify my bullishness in this sense. So let me just summarize what I said. I think it's a high probability we're going down to 40K, but that's, for me, that's 5 years from now. Okay. That's at the end of the decade. What I need to see is how this wave develops. Okay. That's what I need before I can really predict any kind of time frame. Kimosabi, go check out his channel. He's much more adept as far as time cycles are concerned. I look at the waves and the proportionality. That's what I offer YouTube. A keen eye on wave structure and a keen eye on proportionality and patterns that are repeatable in the market through Elliott Wave lens. That's what I bring to YouTube, and that's what I bring to you guys as far as my offering as an analyzer. Kimo he's got a broad base as far as Elliott, because I taught him everything I know with Elliott, and so he's been around me enough to know how I see the market, plus whatever he studied in Elliott by himself, right? But he's also a Wyckoff guy, plus he likes to dabble in all kinds of stuff. So Kimo's a much more eclectic kind of guy, and he likes to deal with time frames. So go check out his channel if you're not part of that. And then you want somebody who's just a day trader and loves scalping the market, go check out Ricky Spanish's channel. So all kinds of offshoot YouTube channels coming off of the Jim of All Trades channel. I love it. Of course, Chemo's always been independent, but he's been a great dude. And he didn't start because of me. Obviously, he came to me with knowledge and Wyckoff. But so I have a piece to his knowledge, but not Chemo has a lot more to offer, especially when it comes to Wyckoff and time cycles, Gann and whatnot. I haven't really studied that as much as he has. I kind of go all in on Elliott, because that's just I like to be an expert in something, right? Jim of all trades, master at Elliott Wave. Anyway, all right. So, but I do want to say, I want to qualify my bullishness over long term. That's assuming Bitcoin's going to be around for years to come. But I don't know that Bitcoin has to be here for a digital society to be functioning with blockchain technology. I don't know that Bitcoin has to be around. This is the first iteration of digitization of economy. So you got to understand that this is just the first generation. It doesn't mean, Bitcoin's gonna be here infinitum. It doesn't mean it's a bad investment for the future. And I do see 500,000 on the chart, provided Bitcoin is around for the perpetuity of enough time to get there. But is Bitcoin going to 500,000 next year, like Michael Saylor would have you believe, or whatever? No, I don't think so. Now, just because Jim doesn't think so doesn't mean it ain't so. It just means that's my opinion. And I'm of the opinion that Bitcoin doesn't have to be around in order for a digital society to be proliferate. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying, right? Even if I'm not using the right language properly. But in order for a digital society to thrive as a digital economy, I don't think Bitcoin has to be around, provided there's a shift in the thinking and understanding and the the belief system of the value of or the trustworthiness of a digital society. But see, that's what Bitcoin is, in my opinion. It is the foundation of the Trojan horse that's bringing in the digital society. Basically, I believe Bitcoin and crypto as we know it is a Trojan horse to bring in digital economy so that they can digitize money rather than have cash. They're going to get away from cash. They're doing that now so that they can be in control of all money, complete control of it, which gives governments a lot more power than they have right now. They have power now, but they're going to have a lot more when they can turn your money on and off at a whim. If you don't toe the line to what they say and what they believe, they can imprison you, not with a prison. They can just turn off your means of survival by turning off your money. Then you're not going to be able to buy or sell without the mark of the beast, man. And and you understand that I'm also a Christian and I have a biblical worldview, guys. And I see the Bible speaking of a time where the economy will be controlled by the beast. And if you don't toe his line and take his mark, and I don't think that's a literal mark. I think it's representative of alignment with his system, ideologically and sociologically, as well as morally and everything else it implies. That's what the mark is, who you align with and how you operate. If you are a one against that beast system, whatever that system is, then you're going to you're going to be prevented from buying or selling. And what kind of society can stop you? Listen, if you want to take your cash and go buy something right now, nobody can stop you. You can take green dollars and go and buy yourself a lawnmower or whatever from the guy on Marketplace, and you don't have to tell the government anything about that transaction. You can buy and sell freely from anybody you want to because we have the ability to do it with cash. However, Once we go digital and digital IDs are born and digital currency, you will not be able to hide any transaction. I don't care if you're buying a burger at Wendy's or buying your next door neighbor's lawnmower because yours broke down and he's got an extra one and he's got one for sale and you need to buy it. It's all going to be tokenized on a blockchain, or at least it's going to be, money is going to be transacted on a blockchain. Your real estate will be tokenized on a blockchain. Anything needing a title, your car will be tokenized on the blockchain, and titles and will be, the trust industry will go away, and we'll have complete movement of assets at a click of a button. And minutes, not days and weeks, as we wait for closings of houses. You'll close a house in a minute. You'll transfer the funds and they'll transfer the token, and it's like boom, done. So that's where we're going, and that's what they want to do. And then all of a sudden, all that money and all the economy is in complete control. So this is my worldview. And this is my overall view of what's going on. So yeah, there it is. It's a bunch of lines on the chart. There's my monthly and long-term outlook. That's 30 minutes. I think that's enough seeing that big picture. Now, understanding that big picture, we can now zoom in and say, okay, since that's the big picture, where are we in that big picture? Well, what I believe we are right now is in the transition. We are now, personally, if we mark levels on the chart, we are at a huge, major, big time level. This level, let me say it loud and clear, 60K is a gigantic, 58K to 60K is a gigantic, huge level. Jim, of all trades, is bullish. Very bullish right here. For a bounce. Bounce forever? Bounce to 200K? No. Bounce to 90K to start. Okay, that's where we are. So I'm bullish at this zone. Does that mean we're going up this month? No, it doesn't mean that at all. In fact, I've already said it. I'm just going to say it again. We're at a turning point of a wave, and it's going to probably take the next couple of months for this area to get taken care of. You see how many candles we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monthly candles. 6, if you add that one right there. 6 monthly candles touching this zone. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monthly candles touching this zone for a total of 13 months of price action at this very level. In the technical analysis world, that's huge. That's major big. This is a main level. Okay? That means this is an area, if you are a Bitcoin advocate and you are a spot trader, if it were me, this isn't financial advice, but if I were a spot trader wanting to hold Bitcoin, I would be buying Bitcoin like now, in this moment. Like, I would not wait for 60K. Oh, I'll get a better price. I'll get more. Nah, I'm past those days trying to nail a wave. If you're spot trading, for me, this is close enough. And I would be holding it and taking profit around 90K. And that's the way I would trade it as a spot trader. Could it go to 110? Could it go to 100? Yeah. If you want to just take profit on half of it, fine, whatever you want to do. But I personally, this is a buy zone. Even if it goes down to 50K, this is a buy zone with the expectation of hitting 90K. Very conservative target. Very conservative. 92K. Okay? Hope that helps some of you guys who are looking for some help with your spot trading. Again, not offering you financial advice. I'm just a trader. And if you're spot trading without leverage, this is the area you want to think about buying. Now, you need a strategy, and you need to be ready to be wrong and be ready for Jim to be wrong. Okay? If you're trading, you need to be ready for people to be wrong. All right? But this is a good area. Doesn't mean if you buy today, it won't go down to 52K. I can't promise you it won't. You see these wicks down here at 48 and 52K? Man, I could have bought more if it goes down there. Well, here's the deal. You don't know if it's going down there. It could go down there. It likely will hit this low again. Yes. Do you look at the price right now? 66,666. Did y'all see that on my screen? It was 5 6s. Yeah. I need the church lady. Could it be, Satan? I just happen to be talking and there's just 5 6s. 66, 666. I didn't see the 0.66 if there ever was. I missed it. You guys are quiet in the chat. These are this is one of the best lives I've done in quite a while. So I think I'm talking about a lot of good things that are hopefully helping some of you. So, all right. Anyway, let's go down to the smaller time frame because y'all are waiting for me to stop my rant and see if I can give you some other thoughts here. Okay. So, come on. How do you interpret this wave? Well, right now, my main interpretation of this wave is that we have an expanded flat. We have 3 waves right here down, 3 waves that take that high. And now we have 5 waves that could be finished, but I see the potential for one more hit to the low. Okay. It doesn't have to hit that low, but I see the potential for one more hit to the low. And I think it's a strong likelihood. Usually it's very rare that we come down and hit a level and then we don't tag that level again or even take it out. I mean, I can't think of a time, to be honest with you, where we don't take key levels out. So I see that as likely that we definitely, not definitely, but that we take that level out. But do we have to? No, we don't have to. Okay. We can go up from here, no problem. Wave structure wise, we could go up, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm looking at this wave I'm looking for 5 waves in C, 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, and then 5. And I think there's a possibility here, because we don't have any divergence down here at all. I like to see divergence on the daily. Okay, we don't have any divergence here. What we do have is hidden bearish divergence. We have hidden bear. Okay. Actually, let's start from this peak to that peak and then the same peak there, right there, down to there. That's hidden bear, okay? This is what a wave 4 does. It retraces, gives you hidden bear, okay? And then takes the low again. All right. So I see this as a possibility that we're currently in the 5th wave that's coming down here to take this low. And that's your last wave. And this is a 3-wave correction. Okay, that's one way to look at that. That's the 4-hour chart right there, okay? This is wave 5. We come down, tag 56K range, even wick down to 52 if it wants to. And then let's V-shape back up to this range. Even play around up here in 80 to 88 range. And then once it gets back up there, okay, that's when we're going to do a lot of playing. That's going to take quite a while. You think this took a while? Okay. You think this took a while? This is going to begin taking a longer while. Months. Okay. So that's kind of where it's one option here. We're going to talk about what this wave could be, small time frame. We'll talk about it in just a minute. Okay. All right. But there it is. Those are some basic ideas there. Let's go back to the daily. So this is my overall arching wave count there. It's pretty extended. There's no doubt about that. It's pretty extended. Another way. No, I don't like that. I was going to try to interpret that a different way. I don't like it. Let's talk about some other stuff. So this is either finished or it's got another low to make, but I don't see it going real low. I just see how we kind of just took this level out here, took the level. Basically, I'm looking for just, taking the level out, and then rebounding. Okay. So that's my point. I think this likely this comes down, takes the low. Okay. Something like that. It doesn't have to do the same thing. Excuse me. Same thing that did. I'm just saying that's the kind of bottom I'm looking for. I need to see that low taken. Okay. All right. You can go and analyze all the other lows. Okay. I mean, look here. We had a low. Boom. It took the low out and then it rounded up. Okay. So this is the kind of action we're talking about. Okay. That's the kind of action we're talking about. Now, see right here, it came down, boom, went back up, took that low out right there, and then went up. Okay. Created a low, started looking like it's going to break back to the upside. Boom, took that low out, and then worked its way out. Okay. So those are just examples of the way Bitcoin moves. And you can see that on all the small time frames as well as large time frames. So I don't see why this low would be any different, where chances are this is going to get hit. Good chance of that. And then we go back up. So how long is that going to take for that kind of price action? I mean, we could get a bounce, pretty big here. We'll talk about it. All right, but that's my big picture concept. Now, if you're a leverage trader, you're looking for leverage trades, much different story. I can't just draw big pictures like that. So if you're trading leverage, guys, it's just a different game. You got to be on the smaller time frame, and you got to be in and out of the market. But if you're spot trading, I think this is an area to go ahead and buy a little bit. If you don't want to spend your whole wad, you can buy some, and then if it goes down to 55, buy some more. But those are definite buy areas to really buy and hold for a length of time. Okay. Now, let's go down to the 4-hour chart and just kind of do some work on what is this mess. So now we're in the smaller. So now you got a context, guys. You know my overarching principles here. You know my overarching concept of the way I'm looking at the market now. So let's get a localized concept of what's going on here so that we can say, okay, in this context here, what is this wave? See how we're doing this? We're just going down the time frames. So now I need to understand, okay, what is this? Well, this could either be a wave 4, okay? In other words, this could be a 3-wave, wave 4, expecting another hit to the low for a wave 5. In that context, I'm looking for this to be an impulse wave, to be relatively straight down. However, we can get pullbacks back up here to 70K, whatever, and then come down. So you can get deepish pullbacks along the way, but the overarching concept is down to take this low. That's one idea. And I think there's a high likelihood of that, whether it happens on this wave or not, because there's all kinds of ways of interpreting this. This may not be a wave 4, and it may be a wave 4, and it's still in the making. The wave 4 is not finished. It could be much more complex. So what we need to do now is identify the 5s and 3s. How are we doing, guys? You doing all right? Am I boring you to tears, or are you guys having fun? Let me take a drink of my drink, and I'll be right with you. How far behind are you in time? Strange Monkey's having some fun. Julian wants me to keep going. All right, I'm going to keep going. All right, so how do we look? I hope this is meeting your expectations, Alex. All right, so how do we interpret what's happening here? A couple of ways. Number one, a real complex way is that we're working on a B wave flat. So what do you mean? Well, we got 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here. Okay? So that's 3. And then we got 3 here with an ending. I don't know that that's a great ending diag, but let's pretend. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? And that's 3 waves. So that's 3, 3, and now we're in a flat. Getting wave 4, 5, boom. Just going to take these levels. This is going to hold. We go up. Boom. So this is coming down to take these levels. It's another idea. We come back up. And that, my friends, that is your wave 4. Then you get wave 5 to take that level. See that nastiness? You see that? You see the beauty and the diabolic nature of what the market could do? And Elliott captures that. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. Elliott wave kind of gives meaning for all this chop. It's not just random chop on the screen. It has meaning for wave structure that's being created. So let's identify what it is. Okay, so first we have an expanded flat right there. That's your W wave. Okay, that's an expanded flat right there. Boom. Then you have another expanded flat as your X wave, and then just a 3 wave zigzag right there as your Y wave, and that's 3 waves. Okay, then let's just call this a zigzag where you got 5 waves up, 3 waves down, and then 5 waves up. Now, this may not be a zigzag. You could call it a WXY, where you got W, if that's 3, and you call that 3. There's ways to count this as 3. How do we count that as 3? Well, you might say boom, 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 3. There's 3, and then 3. Okay? So you could call that a WXY. That's probably a better count. We can call this 3 waves as well. All right? So either way, you got 3 waves down, 3 waves up. Okay? What do you got going on right now? We got an impulse working. Do we have 5 waves? Nope, we don't. We got 1, 2. We got 3. We might be in the middle of 4. Or 3's not done. Or 4's right here, and we're in the middle of 5, right? It could be a running. It could be a running flat. So Elliott says, hey, this could be a running flat where we don't take the low of B. Or we don't take this area out. We actually stay short of it. All right. Or it comes down here and takes this low. Either way, we're looking for, and we don't have any divergence to speak of. So the fact that we don't have any divergence down here in the 4 hour, I like this for more down potentially. Okay. So, anyway, so it could be a running flat where it ends up here, or a expanded flat that ends down here. Either way, you see the liquidity grabbing. You created this level right here, boom, right there. And then what happens? You take a wave up and you break that level, getting everybody real bullish. You look for 3 waves back. Everybody's looking for more up. And then they roll over and they come and take the stops out. Why are the stops down here? Why is the liquidity here? Because traders put their stops at the lows. That's just what traders do. They put their stop at the lows. So there's all kinds of money right here, free money that the market can come back and take. Traders are notorious for, number one, not taking profit, thinking Bitcoin's going to the moon because they're moon boys. And number two, they're greedy. They don't take their stinking profit. And then they can't take a loss. I mean, I know what that feels like. And so as it comes back, it gets harder and harder and harder to cut that trade, especially if you got in that trade anywhere in these levels for a long, and then it comes back and you're like, oh, and you're saying to yourself, it's a fake out, it's going to go back up or whatever. And you're hoping and dreaming, and it'll come back up and you'll be in profit for a little while, and then it'll turn over and come down. And, I mean, that's just the way the market moves, right? But they're all about liquidity, and there's free money down here. Why is there free money? Because anybody that's long here, their sell orders are down here. How do you close out a long? How do you close out a buy order? You have to have a sell order, right? Why did the price come up here and take this high? Why? Because there were a bunch of people. We had this big move down. It created a psychology of down, down, down. People got bearish on Bitcoin. It started to look bearish, and so people are taking shorts. So where are the stops for anybody selling, looking for more down? Where are their stops? Above this last high. In other words, there are buy orders up here. So if the market makers want to sell, they're going to bring price up here to these buy orders and sell to these guys where they have their buy orders. So they can take it down. When do they want to buy? They want to buy down here where there are sell orders down here. Why? Who's selling down here? People that are long with their stop outs. You see that? I mean, that's why this market goes up and down. It's about collecting liquidity. It's about collecting free money. And that's what the algorithms are designed to do. And until you understand that, until you start trading with that understanding, you're never going to make money in this market. So if you try to hold Bitcoin for this long period of time and catch the big move, you're rarely going to catch it. You got to stop trying to catch the big move and learn to be satisfied with the small moves. Okay? Once you learn to be content with the small moves, you don't care about the big moves. They come and you get some of them and you get some money out of it. But at the end of the day, if you're making hand over fist in money in this range right here, taking 50 trades in this range, just making 1%, 2%, 0.5%, 3%, and you're just making sometimes 8%, you're making a ton of money in this range. You don't care when the market does this as long as you're not in the wrong direction. You miss that move, fine. If all you're doing is living for that move, you're going to miss all the opportunity here. So you got to change your mind, and you got to trade this market in a different way. So that's why I trade the small time frames, guys. That's why I do it. I'm much better not chasing the big moves. I don't care about the big move. Give me a 1% move. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm thinking of the movie The Jerk right now. I need my chart, and I need my computer, and I need my trading chair, and 1%, and that's all I need. Shout out to anybody who knows the movie The Jerk and who was in it, because you're born when I was. You're my people. So if you don't know that movie, you need to go watch it. It's a famous Steve Martin flick. Hope you guys appreciated the reference. Okay. Anyway, so this wave could be 3 waves to come down here and take this low. And what that is, that becomes, move that out of the way, that becomes a B wave. That whole thing right there becomes a B wave or an X wave, where you have A right there. All this is B, and then we get C. Now, why would they do that? Because of psychology. Why? Everybody thinks, it came down, and then it starts going up fast. They say, it's finally going up. Now it's going to go. Nope. Comes down again. Takes out the stops there. Takes out the stops all under here, and then it goes. Okay? Now, I don't know how it's going to play, but listen, what I just drew right here is very, very common. Very, very common wave structure that we see all the time. And Elliott, it's not random from a guy who trades Elliott or understands Elliott wave theory. That's not just random waves. It actually makes sense from a structure standpoint, and we can kind of know what to expect. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here on the channel. I'm actually showing you not random wave structures, but I'm applying knowledge of what Elliott called complex corrections. It's all just from a market maker standpoint. It's all about liquidity, guys. It's just all about liquidity. All right. So that's an idea. Could this chart be as simple as that's 3 waves? A, B, and C right there? Or WXY, however you want to say it. Could that be as simple as that? Yes. It could be as simple as that. That might be it. But rarely does the chart do simple things. Generally, it does complex things. So I offered you a complex idea. Let's talk about another complex idea. I'm looking here. Hold on a second, guys. What if this is actually, this wave right here is the beginning stages, okay, of a much larger correction to the upside? Okay, what would that be? It doesn't have to be a wave 4 like I just drew. It could be, this might be the beginning of an A wave to the upside, up to 90K, 180K, whatever. This might be a leading diagonal. Let's talk about that possibility. What's a leading diagonal? It's where you got a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. I don't love that as a diag, but it looks real corrective. It looks real corrective. It looks choppy and corrective, but everything's 3. Yeah, this is a hard 3, but we're going to call that 3 and 3 and 3. And this is an ugly 3, but it's a 3, and then we get a 3. And all of a sudden, you got a leading diag. Then you get this wave that comes down, 3 waves, boom, and then goes up. And all of a sudden, you've got A to here, B, and C. So that's another idea that we could pull out, to try to just think outside the box a little bit and say, yeah, okay, the market could be doing something like that. So there's no way to know the future here. I can't know the future, but what I can say is that, yeah, that would look like a bear flag. See that, and that's the point. Joe Coco. That's the point. It would resemble a bear flag, and the expectation would be a downward move. And they feign to the downside in 3 waves and then take it up. And that's the point. That's what a leading diagonal is designed to look like. It's designed to look like a bear flag, so there's continuation to the downside. And it looks that way. They even break the trend line, and then they go. Trapping traders. Make sense? But if all you ever do is, oh, that's a bear flag, that's a bull flag, and you're just looking at, the overall, and I know you're not doing it, but a lot of guys out there, that's the benefit of Elliott. We actually count the waves and identify, okay, what could this be? So could this be a leading diag? It's potential. It's a potential for sure. Do I think it's a leading diag? I'm not inclined to that count. I'm not inclined to that count. Normally we get WXYs. This doesn't look like a great leading diag, but we'll see. This wave from the top is looking quite impulsive at the moment. At the moment. The question is, how is it? Yeah, I don't see a triangle here. This is not a triangle. It's not. It's not a triangle. I'll tell you what. While the market is, I used to say this all the time. While the market is triangular in shape, triangles as a wave structure are very rare. Okay? While the market is triangular, yes, it's triangular in shape. The actual triangle structure is a very rare structure, which is why I do not gravitate to triangles. But when I begin seeing a triangle, sometimes I'll call it out. I'm like, hey, that's a triangle, especially if it's in the right wave position. And then we get the expected outcome after a triangle. All right. Okay, so yeah, those are some ideas for you guys. Let's zoom in now and see what this wave could be. So let's look on the 30-minute and say, okay, what's going on here? Well, we got a lot of volume. Kind of get rid of this. Got a lot of volume came in on this break of structure right here. That this candle that broke structure there. Lots of volume came in there. That could be an initiating move that then takes us down deeper, right? So this might be heading down to those targets below to take out this liquidity. So this is, 60K range is an area of real interest. 62 to 60K is an area of real interest. How it's going to get down there and when and what the wave shape will be as a final, I can't tell you, but that's a possibility. Okay. When I look at what's going on here, this could be a flat in the works. Okay. So I see this 3-wave move here. And I'm like, okay. Maybe that's 3 waves, right? 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves. And all of a sudden you got this really weird flat that then comes down. I don't love that, but that's the kind of thing Bitcoin likes to do. Let's come up. Let's take out all this liquidity. Let's retest. Let's retest this moving average, 200 moving average. Let's retest. I got the hourly and the 30-minute retesting the same level here around 68K. And then let's come down. Boom. And that would be a nice wave 4. So then you got a 1, 2, 3. That's a nice wave 4. And then 5. And you get an extended wave 5. And then all of a sudden, what do you got? You got a flat on your hands. A, B, C. And then we're looking potentially for A, B, C. And if that takes place, we would look down after that, especially if this low holds. This low doesn't have to hold, but if that low holds, that would be decent. So, is this, are we going to get that pump up to 68 and then a rollover? I mean, yeah, that's something the market could do for sure. Hey, Michael Anthony, what's up? Okay. So this is a really challenging structure because this could be working its way down to take this low 52 to 56, 50. I would say 52 to 60K range is where we're looking, depending on the wave shape here. But realize we don't have to come way down here. We could stop short, taking these levels out, and then go take these levels out before we come down here. Okay. So I don't know. But here's what I do know. Shenanigans, and we're going to be here for a while. I think we're going to be in this range for a while. And don't look for it to be simple. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. Okay? All right, there we are. Let's do some correlation analysis. Check in on XRP. What's XRP doing? Oh, man, is XRP being nasty to me? Here's something I've been paying strong, close attention. Just look at this point of control here, guys. This is one of the strongest points of control I've seen in a long time on a chart. Just look at that thing. That's my guess where the point of control is, right there. Boom. Let me draw the volume weighted analysis for this range right here. Let's start from here to current time. Oh, I was so close. So close. Here, let's... That red line's point of control. Let's try from the bottom. Oh, that's not bad, guys. That's not bad at all. I'm only a penny off in price. It's pretty dang good. Anyway, that's a pretty strong point of control there. So what's going to happen here on the XRP chart, just looking at it, we're playing right now around that, just below that point of control. I mean, we could come up and tag this, all that liquidity right here, and then roll over. Totally possible. And I think that might be in the works, especially given this structure right here on Bitcoin just really resembles a potential flat here. So the 68K range is possible before down. You know, if it wants to do that. That's so I've got two charts saying, yeah, I mean this looks, two charts saying, hey, maybe this is coming up here, taking out this level and then coming back down. You know, on the 4-hour chart, you can see the moving. We got the moving average right up here at 140. So to fill this is a what we would call a single print, kinda. Got a single print candle here. It'd be nice to fill that thing and then roll over. I don't know that has to happen, but that's a possibility here. What else could be going on here? What else? The wave structure here on XRP is a lot more difficult. I mean, what I do see here on the higher time frame is I see what looks like 3 waves. So that is telling. In which case, this could just roll over and come down. All right, Strange Monkey. We'll see you, buddy. This could just rock on to the downside. So if Bitcoin's going to go down and you know and hit that low like I was talking about, you might see XRP just tank from here, or in this right. It could pop up to 140, you know, 141 or something like that, and then roll over and just come on down. So that's a real possibility. And finally hit that 80 cents that I've been talking about for a while. 80 cents range down to 50 cents is my bottom target, but yeah, you might see something like that. But that's a real strong buy zone there for a big move up. But this wave structure is super challenging here, super challenging. All right, what else? What else we got? Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, interestingly enough, did this 3-wave shape right here. So that's 3 waves. It took the high and 3 and then came down. So in other words, a 3-wave that took this level and then came and took that bottom level, that resembles a flat. Okay, in other words, right here, boom, boom, boom. I don't love it. I don't love that. That could be a B wave. ABC. Let's come up, take this level up here. I don't love that. What if that's just it right there? 3, boom. And now we're going down. What would that be? Extended 5th wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't have to go that low. What if it just kind of comes down? Three. Boom. 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 W, X, Y. My only problem is, what is this? What is that? This comes down here. What if that's A? What if this is B? Or WX? What if it's B? It comes down here, takes this low. Boom. So that becomes A. That becomes B. Oh, I like this count. And then C. Take that out. And then we come down. I like that count. I do like that count. So that's another count that kind of just says, hey, yeah, let's come down, take these areas, and then come up. So I'm kind of bearish here right now, guys. But bearish with shenanigans. Like, bearish maybe to this low. Take that low out. And then go take this high out fast. Same thing with Bitcoin. Come down. Take this low. I mean, we could just come down and take the low. Three, 5. There's your B wave, C wave, boom, and then we go. Same thing. I mean, the two charts, it kind of show the same kind of maneuverability. I mean, it's maybe. It's a maybe. All right, let's check out XMR. USDT dominance, I see, is up right now. Okay, so we got a 3-wave move down. Boom, looking up. But this could go up. This could go up a little bit. How do I say it? This could be boom, boom, boom. So a little bit more up. Take these highs and then down as 3 waves. Boom, boom, boom. And then we go up again. And that gives rise for Bitcoin's demise later. So that's USDT dominance. So it looks up. This could also just be 3 waves, and then we go up from here for new highs. But I think it's more likely up and then down. And so that's going to give rise for Bitcoin's move back to the upside. That's USDT dominance. Okay. Let's take a peek at XMR, and then we'll look at SOL as well for Keith. Oh, and it's a nasty chart. I don't know what that is. A leading expanding diag. The only problem with that count is that wave 3 doesn't look like the... maybe. Okay, wave 3 isn't the smallest. Okay, it's barely bigger, but it's bigger. So what if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This is A, B, see. There we go. What ticker, Alex? Samsung KR. I don't. What's KRX? Is that the ticker number, or Samsung? Just Samsung by itself. Explain that for me, please. Or just type in the ticker number for me, Alex, and I'll do it. All right. So that's XMR. I see this is down. It's going to three wave. So looking for a rebound in this zone. It doesn't mean it can't come down and take that low again, but looking for a rebound in this zone, back up. 50% of that move, right? I don't know, right there is pretty good. $500, and then looking for down eventually. I don't know how long that's going to take and what it's going to look like, but it's going to be different, I think, than these kind of pullbacks. I think it's going to be bigger and longer, more drawn out. So ready for a bounce. I don't know how much it's going to give you, but ready for a bounce. I think it's going to be longer and more drawn out. My best guess, with another tank, another wave down later. So something in here and then down later. And the structure is going to be bigger than this. Okay. What else? SOL. Let's look at SOL. Okay, I look at I don't love this chart at all, but here's my problem with SOL. I don't understand. Is Samsung going to be on the Korean exchange, Alex? You see that big gap right there? This price needs to come all the way back down. But the question is, do we go back up before down? And and we might be going up before down. I don't know. This could be going back up for 3 and then 3 more down. I don't understand that wave structure. I'll be honest with you, that's a hard one. I mean, this could still play around for a bit before hitting down, finishing. Then you got a 3-wave shape that's done looking, maybe even down. And then we go. I don't know. I don't love that chart. I'm trying to make sense of it, but I'm struggling to. It all depends, Keith. It all depends on how big, what the structure is that this makes. But I'm saying this could work its way up first and then down. Depends on how big the structure. It's just we haven't had it. This has been just straight down, right? So we haven't had any real corrections. But usually we hit this low first. So yeah, if this wants to come down, hit the low, then go up and then roll over and then and that's kind of what I've been calling for Bitcoin, right? So yeah, this could turn out to some three wave something and then down. Take the finally reach this and then work its way up. Who knows what this is going to turn into, right? But is that a 1, 2, 1, 2? Could be. All I know is this doesn't look finished. That, oh, sorry guys. Let me see. Boom. This right here does not look like a completed structure. It just doesn't look done. This is not a bottom. I don't have any divergence down here yet. I need some divergence to develop. So yeah, it's not done. That's my best guess. It's not done. '60s. I don't like this wave structure. It looks deeper to me. 40 feels better from proportionality standpoint. Yeah. I would be generally bullish on SOL for sure. All right, what others? Let's look at that not Japanese, Korean ticker. Sorry about that. KRX. Where is it? 0, 0, 5, 9, 3, 0. I'm going to just type in Samsung and see what happens. I'm just going to look up. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Found it. Yeah, that's topped. That looks like it. Well, let's see. I don't know. That's interesting. That's a really interesting chart. It looks like a nice extended fifth. It could be a one. This could be a wave one. That's crazy. I don't know. Or this is a wave one. That's a really shallow two. And this is coming up here. That's crazy. I don't know what to make of that. That happened in how many months? 3 months. Just boom, boom, boom. Why did that happen? What's the news surrounding Samsung and that? Why did that happen? Okay, here's what I would say. I would say a retest of 90,000, whatever that is coming. Is this the time to sell it? I think this is going to take a while, right? The next 5 years. Setting up for more up after that, right? It's a 1-2. That'd be my guess. That if you get a retest of the highs, you should be looking to sell it for a third wave. It should be a clear third wave down, 3-wave down, retesting these zones. Maybe even this zone right here. Finding support right there. That's my best guess, but I'm bearish. I'm bearish on this. If it retests the high like this, I'd be selling it personally. I mean, I'd at least be looking for a sell setup that I would. So my sell setup would be if this comes back up here, retesting that high, and that looks like a flat, I'm selling that for that move right there. And then I'm done. When we find support in this zone, I'm done selling. I don't know that I'm buying, but I'll wait for a 3-way pullback and sell again. So, yeah, that's the way I'm thinking about that. It doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying if that's a setup. Like if this comes up quickly and that provides a flat, yeah, then that's a sell setup for me to take this low and to revisit this zone right here. Or this zone, just the top of these waves here. So that's a potential trade setup that might be getting ready to play. But would I enter short right now? No, I would not. I would wait, let the market rally back to the upside, and then short it on a proper setup. If your friend needs help with the setup and to learn how to trade and to look for when you would take that trade, then tell him to come to the Discord. I'll be glad to teach him. I got a mentorship, or you can go to my courses. All right. Let's see where we're. Where'd it go? I lost you. Mr. Furry Cat, you still around? INJ, you want me to look at INJ? And then Michael Anthony, you still want me to look at PAGS for you? Yeah. Oh, Duolingo. Yeah, let me take a peek at Duolingo real fast. Yeah, I mean, I think I said last time when you were asking about this, this is buy zone for me. This is an area to consider buying. It doesn't mean it's ready, but if you're buying at spot without like a bunch of leverage and stuff, this is a buy zone. Some buy orders here, right? Yeah, especially if this something is created here, right, over the next 2 years. But we're in I mean, for me, I look at that chart and I'm like, yeah, that's a buy zone. It all depends. Like trading stocks, is Duolingo going to be around? Is it got a good business? I mean, are they a fizzling company, or are they shifting and doing AI and whatnot? Right? So if they're shifting and doing AI and stuff, then yeah, for as far as I'm concerned, that's a 1-2, right? From an Elliott standpoint, that's a wave 1. This is a wave 2, and looking for it to rebound to go to 3 and just start working its way up. So Jeff, that's the way I look at it. I just don't know the fundamentals. I can't tell you to buy it, but for me, Now I would be looking for that's a 3-day chart. So, on the, we got divergence down here on the 4-hour chart. Okay. You got a potential, you got some divergence down here as well on the 4-hour. So for me, this is a buy zone. I mean, but again, it's a buy with the intention to hold for a while, and assuming you're not trading a bunch of high leverage. Okay, so for me, this is an area with the understanding it could go down to $80. But as long as the fundamentals look good, I don't see any reason why this gap won't be filled. And higher targets. So for me, that's a decent setup for a buy. Yeah, just spot. Yeah, then I think you're safe as long as you're okay. What if it went down to $50 again? Oh, 50 is too low. I want that low to hold. But are you okay if it goes down to 50? Are you all right with that? Can you live with that? I mean, that's the thing. This is no guarantee, and it's not like there's no signal to buy. But I'm looking at this thinking there are some indications on the chart that we're going to get a bounce here. That could turn into something bigger. But who knows how the market's going to open tomorrow. So you could get deeper lows. I don't see a clear 5 waves here, so there might be some more downside. $75, definitely a better value, right? $75, definitely a better value. But I kind of look at this thinking, hey, man, this has come to the bottom of this wave. That looks like a nice 1-2. So I like this gap to be filled. Looks decent. I think you got a good shot at it. Everything's risk, right? Just got to be calculated. All right, there's Duolingo. I hope that helps, Jeff. Michael Anthony, I didn't hear you chime in. Are you still here? And did I get everybody's requests? Did I miss anybody? Oh, INJ. Mr. Furrycat wants INJ. Let's take a peek at INJ here. Is that crypto? Is INJ crypto, or is that something else? Okay. Oh, and I was supposed to look at the Euro USD as well. Who asked me for Euro USD, and you still want me to look at it? You want me to look at INJ against USD? Look at. Oh, you want Binance? Okay, USDT Binance. Got it. Yeah, it's always better, guys, when you do requests. Just give me the chart name exactly as I type it in TradingView. Okay, that way I don't have to figure it out. Okay, let's start on the weekly, monthly. Let's see what's going on here. I mean, yeah. So is Injective just a trash coin? What is it? Is it got any chance of being around for the longevity of crypto? What does it do? I don't know. So I need some context here for this chart. I don't know anything about it. I just know that this is ready to start rounding out, and if it's going to act like crypto always has, it's going to start going up. But it could take a while, right? And it could hit these lows, and it could take this low out again, right? So it's tricky, but the ultimate shape, if I were to draw the next couple of years, this is years of price action, is something like that, probably. So yeah, I don't think it's ready necessarily to buy, but certainly we're in an area in a time where Bitcoin, if Bitcoin starts rallying, I got to take a peek. This level has been my demise. This just, it's miserable. Look at how many times it's just been hit. This XRP level is just so miserable. Sorry. I've been watching XRP's price. See what Bitcoin's doing here real quick. Getting kind of tired, guys. Getting ready for a break. Yeah, see, that's kind of what it was looking like. I'd like to see this roll over and come down, but man, that volume right there is yelling at me. Yeah, I mean, I don't see any buy setup yet, quite yet, but I think it's ripe for a bounce shortly. So let's see. You know, this could take a bounce right here and then roll over and then get a bigger bounce. I mean, that's reasonable right there. That's reasonable wave structure to look for. So, I mean, yeah, we're looking for longs sometime between now and summertime. Right? What's going on here? 4-hour chart. Lots of bearishness here, but what's the wave structure? Can't read it. Ending diag. I don't know. I don't love it. I don't like this wave structure. It's hard to read. I can't read it well. One, two, three, four. Give me 5. So yeah, this just doesn't look like a finished wave. Something like that. I don't know. $2 looks like a good buy zone. Take this out. Let's see what Bitcoin does. All right, I'll do just 1 or 2 more here because I'm getting kind of tired, guys. Somebody asked me something. Who was it? If I had time, they said. Flux. Okay, I'll look at Flux on the KuCoin chart. Sure. KuCoin. There we go. Yeah. Don't love that either. I mean, you're setting up for a bounce here. It's ready to bounce. It's ready to start. I mean, so it's at a buy zone. If you're going to buy in spot, this is buy zone, right? For a Bitcoin rally. But watch out for the death of this thing. I would not be holding it, thinking it's going up forever. I mean, it could. I guess we could get some kind of alt season where it just goes up. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I suppose it's possible. But so yeah, I mean, this is the kind of, area you want to think about, especially if it crosses that trend line. You're thinking about buying for sure. But look at it, it's doing the rounding. It's starting to round, like this is what it does at bottoms, right? This is the way. So this little move right here. So yeah, I mean, you got a chance here. So yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm kind of bullish on that, right? That's one of the better coins I've seen that people have But do I love it? No, I don't. I don't love it. I don't even know the fact that this low got taken out. I mean, it doesn't. It's okay, but I would. Yeah, I think this is a buy zone. Is Flux going to be around forever? I don't know. What's going to happen with Bitcoin? Is it going up? I don't know. So that looks kind of bullish to me. Yeah, yeah. Leverage trading, be precise. Spot trading, put a little money in it. See what happens. Be ready to lose it. I don't know if it's going to be soon, but I think you're close to a bottom. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, what I would do if you want to wait for a little bit more, let that trend line right there get broken to the upside. That gets broken, you want to be thinking buy. So if that gets broken again, and especially if this level gets taken right there, but that's twice the price, right? So, I mean, this is a better buy zone than up here, but that at least gives you some feel goods that it may be going up, right? But I don't know. It could just come up and then roll over and come down. Go to zero. I don't know. All the best as you trade it. Be smart. All right, guys. That's Sunday Night Charts. Hour and 45 minutes of nonstop talking and lots of fun. Shall we end on gold and silver? Oh, guys, look at silver. I'm just letting you know here, guys, that silver is just starting. I mean, oh, come on. Come on. I did a video in my Discord on silver, and it's just 1 2 1 2. Oh, come on. This is up here. This is going. Is it coming down here again? I don't think so. Could we come down to 50 again? Totally could. Are we definitely going to? I don't know. But silver's going, guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see $200 silver by summer. That's 200 is going to be easy to get to. I'm projecting $3 to $500 silver eventually. How long and when, I don't know. So, and gold's going to $10,000. Pretty. I believe that with my heart. How and when, I don't know. S&P, I'll take a peek at S&P for you. You got me just in time. SPX. Yeah, so, if this follows its same kind of patterns, you'll get kind of a pump, boom, something like that. But it's just going to start. If it continues to go, they're going to get shorter and more frequent. And eventually, you're going to get a big dump, where a 25% dump in a short period of time is coming. So we're reaching an area of a top, I think. But I can see this going up more. But is it going to be going down? You got plenty of room in the daily RSI for the downside here. Plenty of room. But that doesn't mean it can't just kind of come back up here on the daily before it rolls down. So kind of come up here and then roll on down. And then give you another pop. High time frame, I mean, it's hard to say. I got divergence between this and this. Could this be the top of the S&P? It could. It definitely could. So yeah, I mean, you got here on the weekly chart. You've got divergence. See that right there? That right there? That's divergence. What I don't love is I don't have a clear count here. But I wouldn't mind seeing this come down and then going up. So down for the next 5 years and then rallying to new highs later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we get a pretty deep and scary pullback. I have to wait and see how things go. You get a deep and scary pullback. It could just be fast and furious. And then it just goes up again. But that right there is a 5-year pullback right there. What I just drew. Back down to this zone here. Then it just takes off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. We're ready for a pullback for sure. We got a lot of divergence on the monthly and weekly, so I think we're due for something. So I wouldn't be longing a whole lot. I'd be looking for shorts more than longs. Ugh, that's tough. Daily chart, I'm definitely bearish. See the potential for more highs though, but bearish. All right, hope that helps you. All right, guys. I hope y'all have a fantastic evening. Thanks for joining me on Sunday Night Charts. Until next week. If you want more interaction with me and